Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen says the government will meet today's deadline to reunite all eligible children and parents who were separated at the border. At this moment, more than 500 families are still waiting to be reunited. That's the good news, but the very bad news is another 463 parents have been deported without their children, and word is they may never be reunited. Initially, more than 2,500 children between the ages of 5 and 17 were separated from their families. Mireya Villarreal is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where many eligible families are being sent for reunification. Mireya, good morning.
Well, good morning. Albuquerque has become one of the hubs for these reunifications happening at shelters like the Family Lutheran Center right behind me. But there are still over 900 children between the ages of 5 and 18 that are considered ineligible. So they will stay in the government's custody past today's deadline. Now, ineligible means that the person they came with when they crossed over is not their parent, or they might have a criminal history. Albuquerque's departure terminal is where once separated families are finding a fresh start. Romela Victoria Isaula and her son Geronimo are heading to their new home in Massachusetts after being separated for 2 months. Isaula recalls the moment she says her son was torn from her. We arrived at immigration and they screamed at me because I was crying over my son, she says. I didn't know where they would take him. I didn't know if they were going to treat him well. Romela and Geronimo are just 2 of almost 1,200 immigrant families who have been brought back together under a federal court order. In Baltimore, 7-year-old Andy couldn't hold back his tears after seeing his mother Aureli for the first time in nearly a month.
The government hasn't taken the proper steps to effectively deny these parents the right to their children.
Virginia-based attorney Sophia Gregg represents Aureli and Andy. Like most families who've been reunited, the 2 will have to wait for their asylum case to be heard by a judge, and they still face the risk of deportation.
There's also a large number of families or parents that the government has determined are ineligible to be reunited.
The city is expecting to receive about 300 families. These separated families are coming through here, but they will not stay for very long. The goal of these organizations is to get them out on a plane and to their final destination in less than 24 hours. Norah?
All right, Mireya, thank you.